During the March issue of Empire magazine, we got two new concept arts for Avatar: The Way of Water, one focusing on Windray on top of this beast, which I have spoken about in a previous video, and another one is a detailed look at the WINDTRADERS, which I want to talk about in this video. Avatar Theory here, hope you're doing well and having a fantastic day, and I encourage you to check out the March issue of Empire magazine. Pick it up physically on shelves if you want this beautiful artwork on print, or if you live internationally like me and you want a digital subscription, then you can simply download the Empire app and get a subscription there. That's what I did, and that's likely what I'll be doing going forward because it's just the easiest and quickest way for me to get the information. Now, as I said, the second art piece that was revealed was this artwork by the talented Dylan Cole, which shows us a good look at the WINDTRADERS, one of the new clans that will be introduced in Avatar Fire and Ash. Now, interestingly, we already saw a glimpse of this art piece at D23 2024 when they announced the title Avatar Fire and Ash, although it was a very limited look. Now that we got a wider look at this art piece, on top of the information James Cameron provided, we know a little bit more about the WINDTRADERS. Now, firstly, looking at the art piece itself, you can see almost looking at this, at first when I saw this, I honestly thought this was a shot from the movie just purely because the way the light refracts and reflects, the way the water shimmers, that rainbow effect in the back, the clouds, just all of the detail in this artwork is just absolutely incredible. And if this is artwork, then I really am excited to see what the final still in the movie looks like. Now, previously, I've already speculated that some sort of creature was pulling this jellyfish-like bubble at the back, which holds the villages or caravans in this instance, and the accompanying text reads as follows, quote, "Concept art of the WINDTRADERS, their ships powered by two aquatic Pandoran beasts," end quote. So now we know that it is in fact two beasts, two creatures. One is the one pulling in the front and one is this bubble jellyfish-like creature. Cameron actually compared the WINDTRADERS to camel caravans of the Spice Road back in the Middle Ages, comparing this structure almost like a tugboat or tow vehicle where the crew will be pushing off and getting the journey started to essentially catch the wind and going airborne. He also said that this jellyfish-like creature is medusoid, able to generate hydrogen gas, essentially being a giant living soap bubble approximately 500 feet tall. Now, considering the Eiffel Tower is just over 1,000 feet, it is approximately half that, so they are relatively big. But what I was thinking is, does these creatures have any defense mechanisms? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, hydrogen gas is highly flammable, so one fire arrow shot through this bubble will cause a massive explosion. So I do wonder if we will see something like that on screen. Now, we know this jellyfish creature is connected to this flying stingray-like creature in the front, which Cameron has said is the Windray, that uses a stingray-like sinusoidal motion to propel itself forward and basically move around. His exact quote was, quote, "The WINDTRADERS have coupled them with this other creature, the Windray, which uses this kind of stingray-like sinusoidal motion to propel itself around," end quote. We've seen side images of the Windray in other artwork where you can clearly see it pulling this structure with a jellyfish-like bubble at the back. And we also got a really highly detailed artwork where they are at the Metkayina, where you can essentially zoom in and see the face of this creature, almost looking like it has some sort of mustache on the sides there, again pulling this massive structure where you see that jellyfish-like tentacles hanging at the back. Now, going back to the artwork, the one from Empire magazine, there is a total of 5 of them in this image, but I don't really know how many Na'vi can travel on one of them. I would guess about 10 to 15, probably, maybe even doubling that considering the size of the jellyfish creature. And I do wonder if an Ikran can actually land on it, because we see quite a few Ikrans surround them, flying alongside them, which is probably their defense, because as I said, I don't really see how these creatures can defend themselves, so it makes sense that they have Ikran and Na'vi with weapons flying around them, essentially protecting them. As to how fast these creatures can go, we'll have to wait and see. I can imagine that they can turn or move probably slowly. You can imagine the Windray in the front will turn and then slowly the back will turn. So in case they are under attack, it will be a very slow movement. But looking at the rocks at the back, the greenery, and especially the ocean, this probably takes place at the Metkayina as well. Maybe this is early in the morning when they arrive, and the other art piece is in the evening when they depart, essentially, because you can also see that there's 5 of them here. So these are probably the same ones we see in this art piece. Whereas the other one of the wind traders we saw looks to be more in the forest area, possibly where they're arriving at the Metkayina. My guess is that they arrive at the Metkayina and Jake and his family probably get on top of these and go back home for whatever reason. And then this is them arriving at the Metkayina. But that is of course just speculation. Overall, not too much new information that can be uncovered from this art piece alone, but accompany that with the information James Cameron gave us in the Empire magazine. It does provide us with a glimpse into the wind traders, and I really am excited. Even though I'm excited to see the Ash clan, the Manquan, I'm really excited to see the wind traders on screen, especially these gigantic jellyfish-like creatures. But what do you think about this art piece? Do you think they have some sort of defense mechanisms? Let me know in the comments below, and for more Avatar content, have a look at the rest of my channel. Until next time, have a fantastic day and stay safe.